What's up, guys? Welcome to another recap of your S&P 500. We're going to be going over the SPY as well as one trade that I ended up doing. Today we ended up having a very red day, and this is actually a very bad sign because this green line, this 392.15 line in the sand that I've been talking about for the past couple days, probably for the past week, this we ended up closing right below this line. And this was actually the line that was supporting one, two, three, four, five, six, the past 6 days until it finally broke today. Where did this thing end up closing? I actually ended up drawing this white line. And as soon as I was drawing it, I was realizing that this is another important number because this was the first all-time high that was made here 2 days in a row, before the market, broke above and couldn't get through. It broke above, closed at it, and then here it finally broke above it, right? So this is actually a zone of resistance for a while on the daily chart. So this is actually where we ended up closing. Now, what does this mean going forward? This is actually a short-term kind of bearish sentiment. We actually ended up trading away. We're now about 2%, almost 3% away from the all-time highs. And that's not really good because day over day, that's kind of a huge drop going all the way from here, all the way to where it closed, around 392. Um, Tomorrow, if we don't gap above this 392.15, expect a red day and don't expect to go long up until we start closing bigger time candles above this green line. Um, the reason for that is that it needs to get back into this trading channel, right? I'm gonna go ahead and draw it out for you guys so you guys can kind of understand. Um, Give me one second. Uh, Sorry, I got my Zoom a little messed up. Yeah, so as of right now, this was a trading channel that we were looking to trade in, right? We finally broke it. So right now we're trading, in this channel, where it was these numbers for a while, right? So now the question is, which channel is it going to pick? Well, I don't know. The reason is because since there's so many options expiring at the end of this month, the market makers want to make it seem like, you know what, like we're going to go short. But what they can end up doing at the end of the day is buying up all the calls and actually ending up green. So, like I said, expect a lot of volatility. We actually didn't see it that much this morning, but we did see it at the end of the day when the market ended up deciding to pick a direction, and that's how we ended up trading, down the rest of the day. So, um, tomorrow we have a red day. Where can I see this running to? Well, for one, I can definitely see this line right here, this 20 exponential moving average. If we go all the way left, on this very price line, it was actually the opener here. It was actually the support here. So this, and it was actually, the high here. So this is actually a number that has been visited before quite often. And I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow, we end up seeing, some support here at this line. But like I said, it really all depends on how we gap tomorrow. Now I'm going to talk about the daily chart. I ended up taking one trade today. I said that tomorrow we might gap open close to 400, but overnight, we actually ended up seeing, a run, a run in the negative direction. We ended up seeing, a run all the way to 394, and then, trade away, and then 394 again, and then we opened up a little bit above it. We traded sideways in the morning. This would have been the best trade to take, a bounce at this number, because from here to 394 all the way here, is about $1, right? And so the rest of the day was just pretty much chopping sideways. This is pretty much meant to burn the time off the contracts of all the contracts that are expiring this Friday. And so, it was pretty much just trading sideways. If you look at just, at the start of the day, if this is all you're seeing at, you should take note that the range of the day is from 394 all the way to 396.66. Whichever number it hits first, if it breaks through that channel, go long or short, right? And so what ended up happening was, after 11 o'clock, we ended up seeing a test of this. And so what you want to wait for is you want to wait for a trade away from this number and then go long or short, right? So in this case, a trade below 394, um, it didn't give you the bounce you wanted, and that's why I ended up getting that hard rejection towards the end of the day. So right here, at this point, buy puts for the 392 because it came right into the number, right? And this is actually the trade that I ended up taking because in my mind I said, okay, what's the next number that is going to run to, right? 392.15. The reason I wasn't able to take this one was because I actually wasn't near the computer. So I was just, I pretty much was thinking to myself, today's just going to chop sideways and burn time off for all the contracts, right? But as soon as I saw that, we're forming a run to this number, I was pretty much there ready with my market order ready. And as soon as I saw this candle, and as soon as I saw this candle turn green, I actually ended up getting in around 11:44. Now I bought from here the 395 contract, thinking it could trade to this number, at which point I would take some profits, but it could probably end up trading all the way to the yellow line, which was kind of like the medium point of where we're trading today, right? So I ended up taking this trade, and then I ended up getting out here because I started seeing that a lot of the, we weren't really getting the strength that we wanted. So what I did is I locked in some gains here, I shortened my position, and I actually ended up putting the stop loss to stop me out in case, this trade starts not going my way. And I actually ended up getting stopped out around here. It was a trailing stop of about 7%. It actually wasn't very big, but the reason it was kind of small was because I said, you know what, if we go up this number here, this 393 number, it's gonna run down to 392 again, right? And so I actually ended up getting stopped out prematurely, and that's fine because if you take a look at the rest of the price action, it was pretty much a big decline. And what ended up happening is the second time it came into this green number, it bounced away, and then the third time it wasn't as strong support as it was the first time and then the second time, and so it pretty much broke, right? And so our goal for the rest of the day was to get back around this number if we won't have any chances of a green day tomorrow. And so pretty much after hours, it's pretty much been trading around this. We are a little below it as of 4:13. The market closed at 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if it slowly runs to it again, or if tomorrow it closes around this level. So as of right now, we're not looking good for tomorrow. But like I said, this is a week of high volatility, so you have to be cautious of everything. Um, how would I play tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm actually going to be vacationing, so I actually won't be able to make this video maybe until the weekend. But on a red day, if we open at this number, um, wait to see which direction the market picks. If it starts closing, if it goes to 394, look to possibly short there because it will be resistance. If it gaps around this white line, um, and you see it running straight for this number, take the short there. Um, if it gaps below this number and it breaks above this number, like I said, wait for the market to pick a direction. It is going to be quite tricky to trade because it's the last day of the contracts for the quarterlies, the monthlies, and the weeklies. So that's and this is actually the contract that was being bought a year ago when this whole COVID, uh, when this whole COVID shutdown ended up happening, right? People were buying contracts long a year out, and this was the quarter that people were buying the first quarter of the year. So that's pretty much going to be it for today. If at any point you have any doubts of what you want to trade, stay cash, stay on the sides. If we go short, if we're going short, I can see this trading all the way down to about 388. Um, this was one of our previous lines. In my opinion, 388 is a pretty good target range because it was the low of here before it went up, the low of here, and then once this low was given up, we pretty much ended up trading down. And then again, it was resistance here. We closed here, and then once we got above this 388 on this candle, we're pretty much good to go. I'll go ahead and add it here, just so you guys can visualize it. And so, we'll look at this drawing over the weekend to see where the price action ends up happening. But if you have any questions, just drop a comment. If hopefully I can try to get back to you, before it's too late. All right, everybody, take care.